Welcome to the Aries Alert Show, episode 22, to everybody watching on playback. So, I want to welcome everybody in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching the channel. Thank you for, I mean this to every 51 Dynasties member, whether you're here on TikTok or whether you're there on Kick or anywhere else that I'm present. I want to say thank you for your support. I went missing for 2 days without getting too personal about it. Basically, there were some family things that we had to solve up. It was a very tough time for a day or two. And we needed to be together, and I didn't really have the guns, to go to stream like that. So basically, what I did was I took the day off, and then the next day the thing of it is I took the day off, but I didn't really take the day off. Let's see what this kickoff looks like as well, because that'll show us how many people are going to be shown on the field. Okay, waiting for it to get to it. And as long as they stop talking, they're interviewing refs. We have to wait till we get to the kickoff to see what it's going to look like. The scores is in the middle. I'm not really worried about, everything else. It's more of a viewing option. Last stream, you couldn't even see the game score. So I just want to see how many people are on the field. Make sure we have a good field of view. Okay, you got a good field of view right there. So as I was saying, I want to thank everybody for your support, whether it be likes. I know sometimes people say they would love to drop gifts, but they can't. All I say is drop likes, and then when you get enough money to have gifts, remember me, come back when you do. But I appreciate everybody for your likes, for your subscriptions. Send a special shout out to YHAM5750, Nails by Pingy. Thank you for being continued subscribers to the SR51 Media brand. You are greatly appreciated. Enjoy all perks available to subscribers. I encourage everyone that has already joined the 51 Dynasties community to take the next step and become subscribers to the SR51 Media brand. You will enjoy perks only available to subscribers. So I just wanted to take that minute to thank everybody and let everybody know what's going on. So the first topic. Hold on one second. I'm not going anywhere. Just give me a second. So, the first topic, GTA 6 trailer and my reaction to it. Okay, let me say this. GTA's trailer was freaking amazing. Okay, when I say top flight, you couldn't have did it better. That was amazing. Now, we're gonna unpack the trailer, but just my initial reaction, I mean, don't get me wrong. Not everybody has to have a partner, but I'm blessed to have an amazing partner and be married to an amazing partner. I always loved Bonnie and Clyde. Not just Bonnie and Clyde. I was a real big fan of, still am, a real big fan of, as wild as this may seem, crime back in the earlier days of America. Not so much the wild, wild Western times, but more in like the crime boss area. Like Capone and Luciano and Bonnie and Clyde and stuff like that, right? So immediately when I saw the trailer, the first thing I thought was, okay, this is a Bonnie and Clyde story. This is she got out of jail, he's either getting out of jail or out of jail, and they're going to be teaming up to do missions and stuff like that. Now, my second reaction to the trailer was, I like the environment, okay? I've never really been to Florida myself, but I've played, the games that I played based in Florida was Grand Theft Auto Vice City, as well as, what was that other game? Scarface. Right, Scarface the game, a lot of people may not remember that, but in the original Xbox days, and I hope one day they bring it back, to Game Pass or even just to buy, I would buy it. Scarface the game was based in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, or at least a version of it. Wanda, welcome to the 51 Dynasties community. Welcome to one of the best online communities available today, where you are appreciated. Thank you for your support, and welcome into the group. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. And just to remind everybody, my normal game stream schedule is Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok Live, and then 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok. It's in the chat if you didn't see already. So yeah, the thing about it was, I love the Bonnie and Clyde story that seems to be happening with this GTA 6 trailer. what it shows me is, first of all, I don't have a problem playing as a girl. Okay, that's woman, girl, whatever we're going with this, right? Some people like, city girls. Some people want to be called city women. So whatever best suits you. But I don't necessarily have a problem playing as a woman. Now, as long as it's a choice, something where it's even. I've played some games, just a reference that didn't do it correctly. I'm trying to remember the year, but hold on, so let me get some water. Need that liquids. I remember there was a year where WWE came out with a game. I think it was the year that Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch was on the cover, where you play as a sister and brother group coming up together and wrestling. Now, the reason why I bring this up, KO, what's going on with you? How's your day treating you? In here in the Aries Alert Show, episode 22, the podcast. Got the Panthers versus the Texans on in the background, so you guys and gals got something to watch. This is the podcast, KO. The background audio, the background gameplay is being run, them playing each other. I put up CJ Stroud versus, what's his name? Bryce Young, 15 minutes a quarter, and then if I need to run another game, I will. The Redwoods is still active. It will be active on the next stream. This is just background for the podcast. It's not, my new permanent way of playing. So the thing of it was, not a problem, Kale. The thing about it is, when I played that WWE game, they didn't do it correctly. Like, the woman was fighting for, like, the heavyweight title and tag team divisions and stuff like that. And the guy was dressing up as a hot dog person and, doing dance competitions. And I'm going to be honest, it was one of the worst WWE experiences I've ever had as far as a gaming when it comes to WWE. That was the first time where I was like, yo, this is not a good story mode. And even though online is so big, and we'll be getting into that when it comes to GTA 6, the story is crucially important because, the story is mainly why, it's not, some people buy the game for story, some people buy it for online, and we'll be getting to that. But my opinion when I first watched the trailer was, I want this game. The graphics, I know a lot of people, in my opinion, and we'll get into it, but my reaction right out the bat, the first topic, to run it back for you, Kale, we're only on the first topic. The first topic is GTA 6 trailer and my reaction to it. So, my reaction feeling is that, number one, it's looking like a very great game. Okay? They don't know me. Thank you for them likes. Thank you for them likes. How's your day treating you? How's things going? Just to remind everybody, in case you're coming in and you're wondering what's going on, this is the Aries Alert Show, Aries Alert Show, episode 22, my weekly podcast. Glad to hear your day's going well. My weekly podcast where I talk about gaming news and my thoughts on it. The normal gameplay streams, as far as Madden and other games, will return on the next stream. This is not the new standpoint, just to let everybody know. Yeah, I might got to repeat it a lot of times, but I'm okay with that. So the thing of it is, my initial reaction to the trailer was, okay, this is a Bonnie and Clyde story, okay? And anybody that's ever watched the Bonnie and Clyde story, it's a love story. Yes, it's embroidered in crime and robbing and shooting and doing all this sort of stuff, but at the core of it, it's a love story between Bonnie and Clyde actually trying to come up, like they on the come up story. And to be honest, a lot of times in video games, you don't necessarily see that, I'm pretty sure, even though everybody's okay with it because it's GTA 6, there are going to be some people later on that come out upset because you have to play as a woman, Now, we don't know that you have to play as a woman. We don't know if it's a choice, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably work it in there somehow. So my initial reaction was, right out the bat, that, to be honest, great game, great looking game. It opened up a lot of questions. Okay, so that's just the first one, my initial reaction to the trailer, right? The second thing that I don't think a lot of people noticed was, number 2, GTA 6 will not be on the Switch from what we know. Now, okay, let's take a step back here, okay? For the past, let's say, from what I could see, without exaggerating, for the past 7 or 8 months here, maybe almost a year, I have seen a new video, because I go to YouTube, I have no problem watching somebody else's stream. Just because I'm a streamer, I watch other people's streams. If you're in the community and you're subscribed to the channel, or you have a game channel that you would like me to pump, as far as, putting it out there and stuff during the stream, just message me or something. I wouldn't have a problem shouting you out. Shout out to Dolphins for Life, my moderator. Be sure to check out his channel. Shout out to Luke, my moderator. Be sure to check out his channel. Shout out to Nails by Pingy, a subscriber to SR51 Media Brand. Be sure to shout out her page as well. So the thing about it was, the first thing that I noticed when I watched the trailer as a reaction was there was no Nintendo Switch logo. Now, a lot of people might say, oh, well, that's because they're going to announce a new Switch. Here's the thing about it. If you were launching a game in 2025 and you're trying to get the most views, like you're trying to get everybody in the world to stop doing what they're doing and start putting $1 aside a day for for Grand Theft Auto, why would you not list the Switch? You know, now I'm not going to sit up here and say that just because I'm a Switch owner that it should be on there. This more falls on Nintendo. You know, you can't put this on Rockstar. Rockstar, from what I can tell, that trailer said is coming to Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5. So what that means is if you don't have one of those consoles, you're not playing GTA 6. Now, I don't say that to be like, on high, like this is what you got to do. I'm saying that to say we are at a point where you have to start, let's say, getting into the next generation. Okay, I started off the next generation with an Xbox Series S. I wanted to see what the games had to offer me. I saw a lot of improvements, a lot of games, especially on games like what's the name of that thing? NBA 2K. That was one of the first games that I noticed play different between, like a lot of people say, nothing's changed with NBA 2K and Madden. Well, don't get me wrong, if you didn't buy UNG, I'm assuming UGA is Georgia. I would say maybe Georgia 9 times out of 10. Just because of, their tremendous record these past couple years. So the thing about it is, basically what I noticed was, they weren't present. Yeah, I would still say Georgia versus Florida State. I would still say Georgia. Even though Florida's tough, I would still say Georgia. So the thing about it is, don't get me wrong, the first thing I thought was, I was like, wow, there's no Nintendo Switch there. But what you have to understand is we're at a point now, what I was saying was one of the main reasons that made me buy the Xbox Series S is because the game plays different than it does on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Now, I understand something. Like I said, I started off on the Xbox Series S. I saw the upgrades. I kept it for a while. I ended up taking it to GameStop as a trade-in towards my X. I bought my Series X. And then I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months later, I was gifted as a gift from my wife for a PlayStation 5. And I also already had a Nintendo Switch, so I just upped that to OLED. So here's the thing about it. I'm not saying this from a perspective like a square box of, okay, I'm in one camp. I'm saying this from all of them, okay? They all are firing everything they got, okay? Spider-Man came out. Spider-Man 2 came out. Crystal clear looking game. I haven't played it yet. Haven't got my hands on it, but the game looks incredible, okay? I'm a big Venom fan. I wouldn't mind getting into that game. Now, for me, I didn't buy a PlayStation 5 for Spider-Man. I bought a PlayStation 5 for God of War. I bought a PlayStation 5 for Detroit Become Human. I bought a PlayStation 5 for, what's that other game? Infamous Second Son and Infamous 1. These are the reasons why I went out and bought a PlayStation 5. Xbox was bought in the beginning. The Xbox was bought mainly for Halo, but to tell you the truth, Halo, what's the name of that thing there? The last Halo they came out with was disappointing to me. I was a bigger fan of Halo 5. I felt that was the best Halo to come out. And what has happened is my love for Halo has moved on to Starfield. So now, if somebody asks me, well, what's your favorite game on Xbox? Starfield. Not even a contest. Now, I'll be back. Gotta go charge my phone. See you, man. Okay, they don't know. I'll be here for a while. I'll see you when you get back. So the thing about it is, I originally was a Halo guy, but then once I saw Starfield, I'm like, hey, this is an amazing game. Now, I'm gonna get back to the topic, but I'm just bringing this up to tie it in, right? They say they want that to be a 10-year game. Now, to be a 10-year game, you got to do what GTA 5 did. GTA 5, from what I noticed, every couple of months they had new content. I saw one. I went to the casino where you can gamble. They brought in flying cars. They brought in drug cartel missions. They brought in yachts. and stuff like that. Kale, thank you for them likes. Thank you for them likes. So the thing about it was they expanded the game more than just, you show up and do a mission. You see what I'm saying? So it put me in a situation where I was like, okay, this is a good looking game here. Now, the thing about it is, what you have to understand is when I say it's not on the Switch, I'm just going off of what they're telling me, And I don't mean like an industry insider telling me. I'm telling you the same thing you would see if you go watch the trailer today. Ain't no Nintendo logo on that. Now, if you believe that Nintendo Switch is going to get the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, going to get Grand Theft Auto 6, it would have to be a complete upgrade on their technology. Because PC is not getting Grand Theft Auto 6 day one. This is why nothing against people that play PC, do your thing, but this is one of the reasons why I don't game on PC, because of the fact that when bigger games come out, sometimes they delay the PC version, maybe because, a lot of people, to call it fair, not saying it doesn't happen on console, but it does happen a little bit more on PC, that there's a little bit more cheating and a little bit more problems than it is on console. So the thing about it is basically, KO, thank you for them likes, thank you for them likes. So the thing about it is basically, if Nintendo Switch doesn't announce, say, a Nintendo Switch 2 in the next year or so, then they're not getting Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, to me, that's not a deal breaker, but it is something that I noticed. 1 second. So my thing was, I was like, hey, if it's not on Nintendo Switch, looks like I'm going to be playing it on my Xbox or PlayStation. Now, which one? If I had to answer that right now, which one would I get it on? I would probably say maybe whoever, if anybody has the better advantage, like say PlayStation says, well, you can play Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation and play 4 days early, or we have an exclusive card that's available to anybody that buys it on PlayStation, then I might go that route. But I don't know if they're going to do that. But we got to see. If you don't know, it's called marketing rights. Marketing rights means Xbox, let's say PlayStation has the marketing rights to Grand Theft Auto. They could say, well, the game doesn't come out. Let's say the game's coming out December. Nah, they wouldn't do it in December. Say the game's coming out November 1st, 2025, right? PlayStation 5 could say, well, because we got the marketing rights and we struck a deal, you get it 5 days early on PlayStation than you do Xbox. Now, is that an advantage? Of course. Okay, right now, Grand Theft Auto 6 marketing rights is probably the most important marketing rights for the next 2 years. You heard it here, okay? I'm telling you, this game is no freaking joke. Now, I'm not saying that to be like, oh, run out here and play it, dude. I'm telling you, at the same time, it's going to take over. Because just look at GTA 5 now. You see what I'm saying? So the marketing rights are going to be important because whoever has the marketing rights going into Christmas, and don't get me wrong, like I said, full owner of all three, so this is not a specific brand comment, but whoever has those marketing rights going into Christmas, they're going to see an uptick. Oh yeah. There's no way, hypothetically, if PlayStation had the marketing rights and they could sell you a bundle of the PlayStation 5 with Grand Theft Auto 6 and a shark card, you think everybody going to go in there and buy an Xbox for what? Avowed? What's the name of the other game? Don't get me wrong, they're good games, okay? Avowed, Gears of War, they're good games, but I ain't gonna hold you. They ain't, the pound for pound, they ain't standing up on no Grand Theft Auto. That's just not everybody. Everybody stands down to GTA when it comes out, okay? So, number 3, do I think GTA will definitely make their advertised release date? Okay, now that's something that's different. Do I believe... I know, did you just see that outright run that he put on that guy? The Panthers are rolling. I'm shocked. CJ Stroud got the more powerful team, but Bryce is getting them. Do I believe that they make their advertised date? Now, this might be something that sounds different than other content creators might say, and, other gamers out there. I believe they do. I believe that this game has been in development for the past... What? Let me look at... I can look it up to give you an actual estimate. When did GTA... Okay. GTA 5 came out 10 years ago in September 17th, 2013. Okay? So, here's the thing. Everybody that games and stays close to the news knows what's up with you, Dolphins for Life. I just shout out your page. Be sure to go on over to Dolphins for Life page. My moderator, be sure to check out his page. Great guy. Shout out to my moderator. And the thing of it is, if GTA 5 launched in 2013, everybody knows that when they launch a game, typically a year or a year and a half, maybe 2 years after, they go into the lab to create the next game. Okay, so that means GTA 6 has been being created. Kale, thank you for that share. Thank you for that share. GTA 6 has been in development for probably, if I had to guess, probably a good 8, maybe 9 years, right? When you put a trailer out that says 2025, number one, you got the whole 2-year run. You know, the thing about it is GTA 6, if I had to guess, I would say GTA 6 is probably already complete. You know, there's no way they're still building worlds and, you know, and figuring out what the story's going to be. They just advertise this thing to the world. Kale, thank you for them shares. Thank you for them shares. They just advertise this game to the world that it's coming out in 2025. So if they advertise it like that and then delay it to another year, then it could piss people off. Some people may feel like, because you got to understand, there's probably like, let's see, how many users are on GTA 5? How many active users are on GTA 5? Excuse me, I pulled it up right now. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the numbers from StreamCharts.com says that in the last 30 days, the average player count was 89,200, and the peak player count was 167,300. Now, that was from these last 30 days from a game that came out almost basically 10 years ago. Okay? They have an active player base of almost 100,000 people, and they peaked somewhere around this month in November with 167,000 players. Now, that can't just be attributed to a trailer. That has to be attributed to the fact that they brought out a game, they kept improving the game. Kale, thank you for those gifts. Thank you for those gifts. They brought out a game, they kept improving said game, and they kept going further and further and further down the road of content to the point where now everybody's on GTA 5. So when they say, okay, we're coming out with GTA 6 in 2025, now everybody that's in that game is going to start to wind down what they would play and do because they know they're setting themselves up for the next Grand Theft Auto. Okay? And if I had to guess, this is not going to be a Black Friday game. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But for GTA to be on sale come Black Friday, it would have to come out majorly early. And I don't think they're going to do that. Some games don't end up becoming discounted, but they are a part of bundles. So there are some people that have, which is understandable. You know, I didn't get my stream till Eric, what happened with the Eagles. Eric, this is the Aries Alert Show, episode 22. I'm on the topics about GTA 6. Normal gameplay with the Redwoods will be continuing on the next stream. Kale, thank you for those gifts. Thank you for those gifts. Eric, thank you for those likes. Thank you for those likes. So here's the thing. When it comes to GTA 6's release date, do I believe that they're going to make it? Yeah. I think you might hear something where they announce that, you know, maybe I don't know if they're going to do it at the Game Awards tomorrow, and I do have information about that as well. I don't know if they're going to give you a solid date because it's so far out. You know, it's like basically almost, you can't really say 2 years because, you know, it's about to be 2024 in a couple of weeks, you know. So, yeah, a year and some change they still have. I highly doubt that in this year and change that they're in, they're saying, okay, we're going to build the game and have it ready. One second, get this hat off. We're going to build the game and have the game ready in 2 years because they can run into stumbles. You know, I feel like when it comes to Rockstar games, like when I looked at Red Dead Redemption Online and Red Dead 2, when they announced Red Dead, let me see. We can look at it right now and get the information. That way you get accurate information over here. Did Red Dead Here we go. Did Red Dead 2 get delayed? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, it says, from TheVerge.com, Rockstar Games is pushing back the long-awaited sequel to 2010's Red Dead Redemption once more. Red Dead Redemption 2 is now slated for October 16th, release this year, a budge from its first delay to spring 2018. So, they do sometimes push games back, right? But if I had to guess, with this game being in development as long as it is, I don't think we get a delay. I think it all depends on when they say they want to release it. You know, if they say, okay, well, we want to release this game January 1st of 2025, then yeah, there's a possibility that they may end up pushing it to spring and then pushing it to Christmas. All of that I'm willing to accept. Now, if they come out there and, you know, some of the memes and jokes out there is that they're going to come out and say in 2025 we're pushing it to 2026, and then 2026 we're pushing it to 27, and then, you know, 2028 when the new consoles come out. Kale, I'm going to hand out when's your next stream. Today is Wednesday, probably tomorrow, around 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for your support, Kale. Have a great rest of the day. Be blessed, be safe. So, yeah, the thing about it is basically what ends up happening is they can stick to their date depending on when it comes out. All right, Kale, thank you for that support. So the thing about it is they can stick to that as long as they have the support of the game, you know. I think myself personally, with so much money on the line, Poppy Salone, welcome to the 51 Dynasties community. Welcome to one of the best online communities available today, where you are appreciated. Thank you for your support, and welcome into the group. I hope you're enjoying the stream, the podcast, actually. So, yeah, I think that they stick to their release date just because it took so long to develop, you know. Not a problem, Salone. I think they stick to their release date just because of how long it took to develop. Now, I could be wrong. Nobody's perfect. I could call it wrong. But they have like a 2-year land window. You know, it's like, okay, Rockstar goes out and says, because they have meetings. You know, you got to understand, just imagine it, you know, basically. There's a big board meeting, all the developers, all the corporate people, you know, and they're like, okay, we're going to put out the trailer and tell the world that we're bringing it out in 2025. If the developers of the game are still developing the game and there's problems with the game, why would they let them announce 2025? To then turn around and say, well, we're really not releasing it until 27 or 28. You know, they're trying to get that money, man. You know, they try, and not just the money, they're trying to move the fan base over. See, this right here is like one of the biggest movements to ever happen in gaming, right? 1 second real fast. You're talking about anywhere from 100. I heard PlayStation isn't. I heard for PlayStation it's releasing early 2024. I'm gonna tell you like this. Dolphins for Life. Before you came here, I said the market. What was? Let me get the topic back. What is it? It was talking about GTA trailer and that release date. I was just saying the same thing. If PlayStation, you know, being an owner of all three, I want to get it on whatever. I would love to have it on my Switch. I'll buy 2 copies. One for my Xbox or PlayStation, one for my Switch. But if PlayStation has the marketing rights and they have like an early release or something like that, I have to go with PlayStation. I'm not going to not play Call of Duty. I'm not going to not play GTA 6 for a year or a couple of months because I want to buy it on Xbox. You know, SR51 Media is based on all 3 gaming platforms and mobile, not just one. You see what I'm saying? I have strong opinions about all of them. So when they say the release date, this is where now, over the next year to 2, we get more information. Do I believe that it can come out early on PlayStation? Yup. I solely believe that. Because a lot of people have to remember, I don't know if you date back that far, but I was around before Grand Theft Auto ever got created. I remember when it first came out, and it was top down, and the dude, like when he stabbed somebody, you would see the little knife, right? And then like when you're driving a car, if you like run up on the sidewalk, the person would turn into a little smush, like a little smush thing where it's a little blood dot around them and stuff. And the cops will run after you, and when they shoot, it'll be little bullets and stuff. That's how far I go back with Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so anybody that's been playing Grand Theft Auto that long knows that PlayStation has kind of had the best relationship with them forever. You know, like Grand Theft Auto, if I'm not mistaken, Grand Theft Auto itself had some exclusive stuff that was only available to PlayStation for a long period of time. So the question is, peace, cross fingers. Thank you for them likes. Thank you for them likes. Thank you for helping SR 51 Media channel grow. A lot of people are going to try to, because this is where, to be honest, a lot of people that deal in that console war stuff, you know, back and forth between brands and stuff. NIP the nigga, thank you for them likes. Thank you for them likes. This is where people that deal in that console war stuff is gonna drop a lot of what I like to call misinformation. Okay, I'm in a position where I'm just waiting to hear more information. You know, I heard the release date of 2025. I would love to have it earlier. If there's an option to get it earlier, I'm taking an early option. If it's PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5. It's Xbox, Xbox. I doubt that it would be on the Switch before either one of those. But at the same time, I'm going with whoever's going to give me the best deal. You see what I'm saying? Not deal as in, you know, sale, but deal as in the best stuff that I get, right? Now, where we at? Let's see here. The advertised date. So, to sum that up, do I think they make the advertised date? Yes. Do I think they make the first one in that year? Probably not. I can see them saying, okay, Grand Theft Auto comes out January 2025, and then they move it back to June, and then may move it back to, say, October. I can see them doing that. But moving out of the year of 2025 to 26, I doubt it. Number 4, how much do I think GTA 6 will cost, and how much am I willing to spend? 1 second. How much am I willing to spend, and how much do I think it will cost for the game? To be honest, I think myself that Grand Theft Auto is going to be at bare minimum. I'm talking about bare minimum. This might be the first game that comes out with 100 base. Because of the fact, I read somewhere where they were saying, I heard it from a couple people and Reddit, where they were saying that because of the content that comes in the game and all that they're getting, they want to charge a higher price of maybe $100 for the game. Now, me, myself, how much am I willing to spend on one copy, like one single copy for my PlayStation or Xbox? Man, to tell you the truth, I can see spending about, by the time I get hit with tax, I can see going to about 200. You know, now let me explain before you tear me apart, okay? When I say I'm willing to go to 200, that's because of the fact that, to be honest, I know I'm going to get add-ons. You know, you got to understand something. When you first start Grand Theft Auto, and we'll get to it, because that's the topic about the online as well. But when you first start Grand Theft Auto, there are going to be probably shark cards. There's going to be upgrades for houses. There's going to be cars, clothes, you know, all this sorts of stuff that you can do in-game. Now, you can either buy the upgrades in the game through buying the shark cards in the game. But typically what I like to do is I like to actually buy the upgrades for the game before they come out. Like Hogwarts Legacy, I bought the updated version of that. Madden, I bought the updated version of that. Assassin's Creed games, before this last Assassin's Creed game, I've always bought the upgrade. Always bought the one with the, you know, the cool outfits and the upgrades and stuff like that. And it works. You know, it helps you in a way. GTA 6 winning Game of the Year easily. Oh yeah, that's hands down. Hell, I'm voting for it. You know. So the thing about it is, you gotta say to yourself, okay, you know, how much do you want to spend on this game? And you have to get it together now. Because when they say 25, you don't know when in 25 they're going to release it. It could be the beginning of the year. It could be the end of the year. You know, it could be Black Friday. I mean, it could be Valentine's Day. It could be President's Day. It could be anywhere in there. I don't want to be in a situation where this game comes out and they say, okay, the game, because if the game's $100 at the counter, tax in my state of Washington is going to take me to at least $1.15, something like that, right? So I don't want to be in a situation where I don't, you know, because I'm a working man. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm blessed to have the things I have, but I'm a working man at the end of the day, just like I'm on the breadline, just like everybody else, right? So I don't want to be in a situation where they come out with Grand Theft Auto 6 randomly, and I'm sitting up here like, oh, I just bought this other game. I don't know, you know. when they said 25, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna get into the Game Awards in a minute too. When they said Grand Theft Auto 6, I was like, oh no, the only thing that it doesn't clear out for me in 2025 is Madden and 2K. Everything else, y'all can wait. y'all can wait a while, because I'm pretty sure a lot of I already hear other content creators saying the same thing I was thinking. A lot of people are not going to respect Grand Theft Auto, and a lot of people are going to get left in the dust. There's going to be games. Now, speaking to Dolphins for Life's point, before we go to the next topic, do I believe that PlayStation can have an early release? I do. Because of the fact that Xbox is so focused on the games that they have spoke about already. See, they've already told you the games that are coming out. Starfield was a great game. Outside of that, there's a couple other games I saw that were pretty good. But what I'm wondering is, because they spent so much acquiring Activision and Blizzard, can they turn around the following year and say, okay, because Rockstar 9 times out of 10, if PlayStation gets an early release, that's because PlayStation took the bulk of the money from things like Spider-Man and God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn and Last of Us, right? They took all that money and they put it together to go over to Rockstar and say, hey, let's get an early release going, or let's get some exclusive content. You have to understand something. And this isn't console war stuff. This is just me laying it out there. Ain't no daggone game that you just built, even Starfield, standing up to no Grand Theft Auto, bro. It's too much stuff you can do. It's so bad that I got a topic in here about how I'm going on Grand Theft Auto 5 after the stream on Kick. You see what I'm saying? I want to see what it's hitting for. I ain't played it in a while. I want to see what the world is. I want to gamble some blackjack, smoke with my character, change his clothes, drive my car around. We'll see what happens in the world. I'm ready to get back into it just off a trailer, right? So we looked up the numbers. 1 second, I got to run to the restroom. All right, I'm back. 1 second while I flip the screen. So, oh wait, I didn't come back on? 1 second. All right, I'm back on. I'm just waiting for the screen to catch up. All right, cool. So, the thing about it is, for me, I'm going to tell you something. And I keep it real with the 51 Dynasties. Y'all know when we get in these podcasts or when I'm live, I always keep it real with you. I'm going to tell you right now, if somehow or another, if it comes out on the Switch, I'm buying a second copy. So, that would mean I spend $100, maybe close to $200. Because the reason why I say that also is because anybody that buys 2K knows that game, the biggest edition of 2K, the one that comes with a Go Card and the NBA League Pass and all that, that's like $165, $170, So if basketball can do it, what makes you believe that Grand Theft Auto can't do it? These guys got shark cards, houses, cars, a whole story. Think about it. Grand Theft Auto, if I'm not mistaken, is going to come with a whole story and an oil line, okay? And you really think they're not going to say, hey, we're selling shark cards on the side, or hey, we're selling them bundles? They sell bundles now. That's why everybody rebought the game, because it's easy, it's smarter. I did it myself. I remember I had Grand Theft Auto 5, because there's no shame in my game. I got things like GameFly, different services for games I don't trust. And I think it was like maybe a good while ago, in 2013 actually, myself, me and my brother-in-law, we finished Grand Theft Auto the game, amazing game, and I played a little bit of online. Now this was before they added in jetpacks and rocket boots and flying motorcycles with missiles and stuff like that. It was just a car game, right? There's footage of me playing it on the YouTube channel. I mean, if you don't trust me, you don't believe what I'm saying, just type in my YouTube channel, SR51 Media, and you can check it out. Hell, if you don't believe that, you can type in Salt Average Media, my other channel, before I started that one, and it goes even further back. Like I was playing GTA, right? So the thing of it was, when I bought the game, they had an option of like, if I remember correctly, it was like you could buy the base game for $60, or you could buy the upgraded version for $100, and you got like, I think I started off with like maybe $100,000 to $200,000. I immediately went out and bought cars, clothes, gambled at the casinos. It made me want to play the game more. When you start a game, some people are cool with starting at zero. To me, if there's an upgrade option, I'm willing to take it. And one of the reasons why I'm willing to spend big, and I have my notes on my phone just so you don't think that I'm just on my phone. One of the reasons why I'm willing to spend big when it comes to Grand Theft Auto is because of the fact that I don't want to be left behind. Not like left behind in the sense like you're trying to keep up with everybody else, but I'm not trying to be in a point where like everybody else has, like right now I'm at a point where everybody has flying vehicles. So I noticed that the vehicles on the ground get targeted a lot from the air. So one thing I might look into when I go into the game today is, hey, how much does a jet bike cost? I'm going to be playing this game, and just to let everybody know, I will be getting to that a little bit later, but GTA 5 will be available on kick.com at SR51 Media. The thing about it is, if I'm going to be, moving around in this game and playing this game, maybe I do need a jet bike. I call it a jet bike, but maybe I do need a motorcycle that can fly in the air and shoot missiles, because just to be able to defend myself. Now, how much does it cost? I don't know, but I like the feature. And to be honest, some other games that I've played are fun, but this has me wanting to play again, So the thing about it is, you can't really put a price on how much you would spend until you're actually told what you're spending it on. But if I had to be honest, 9 times out of 10, I would be willing to do, if I'm willing to give GTA, if I'm willing to give NBA 2K 200, I'm willing to give GTA 200. So, number 5, GTA 6 made me want to jump back into online. Will there be a new online? Okay, so unpacking this even further, like I said, I want to get back to online. So let me put it in the chat now so everybody knows, so nobody was left out. Okay. There's all the information. There's all the information of the chat. One second. There's all the information where I am located, everywhere I am. Like if you didn't hear when you first came into the stream, my normal stream schedule is Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok, and then 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Kick. GTA 5 will be live on Kick. TikTok is family-friendly content. Kick is 18+. So, at the same time, hopefully everybody can make the transition and, come on over and while we play some great games, because of the fact that it's like a world. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole world thing. A lot of people are guessing about what's going to happen with the online. Like, are they going to give us a new online, or are they going to give us GTA 5, GTA 5, where after you finish the story, that's it, and then you have to go back to online. Now, if I had to take a stab in the dark, okay, as a content creator, I don't see them doing that. Because the thing about it is, they could have what's called like a regression. You see what I'm saying? Some people may say, I'm not buying a new GTA story for $100 that doesn't come with an online. You see what I'm saying? Some people only play online. Some people to this day have never finished a GTA story because they play online. They don't care what happens in the story. So if you advertise the next GTA as a game where basically it's just a story with that girl getting out of prison and her husband or whatever he is stealing and robbing and killing, and then when it's over, that's the end of the game, and now you gotta close that out and go back to GTA 5. Some people are not gonna like that. Some people would feel like excuse me, some people would feel like it's not worth $100. You know, it's not worth $60. It's not worth $100, and it's not a console seller. You know, like you got to think when you go to, like a lot of people that play 2K would tell you, even Madden changes every year, 2K changes every year, and one of the things that changes in 2K, like how Madden and 2K do, is they change the world. Okay, so one of the main reasons why you buy NBA 2K is for the world around it. Okay, when you're playing My Career. With Grand Theft Auto, I would say the most popular version of Grand Theft Auto is the online. Every now and again, there's a couple streamers that will, you know, start up a stream to stream the story just because they maybe have played it once or they want to play it through again. But the majority of the time, everybody's online. You know, some people have even went further enough to have their own servers. You know, you got to think also of the role players. Okay, there's people out here that role play as cops and paramedics and criminals and stuff like that, and they live in their world. The only way you're getting them over to GTA 6 is you offer them a bigger and better world. Now, a lot of people are asking, well, I don't think that. A lot of people are saying, well, I don't think they'll do that because all the people that spent all their money on shark cards. Let me tell you something. A lot of people might have spent a lot of money on shark cards, but I really believe, just calling it the way I see it, come 2025, if they bring out an online, people are going to switch. Now, you're going to have some people that are going to be a little reluctant because they don't want to leave behind all the things they did. But somebody like me, that's like, I'm going to have the last little bit of fun that I can have for these last 2 years or so, and then I'm going to be ready to move on to the new online. You know, I'm going to be ready to start camp, you know, have some guns. You got to, ammo costs money, you know. So I'm going to put myself in a situation where basically I have the game at a good point. And myself personally, I do believe that they come out with a new online. I don't see them saying, okay, well, we're going to launch. Because could you imagine that? Like, could you imagine GTA 6 launches and then basically what happens is GTA 6 launches and then, you know, there's no online. And across the streaming world, TikTok, you know, everywhere everybody streams, people finish the game and they go back to GTA 5. The first thing they're going to have is they're going to have, not to say complaints, but they're going to have issues. You know, they're going to say, you know, why isn't there an online, and this game was built for the past 9 to 10 years, you know. Also, at the same time, some people may not care enough about the story to actually go back and say, okay, I'm going to buy the new GTA. And if they're a GTA 5 online, especially a content creator that's on GTA 5 online, you know, because I have my own character, I have an apartment, I have like cars, motorcycles, guns, jewelry, high-rise apartment, all sorts of stuff, right? I'm going to put more into it over the next 2 years. But if they offer me a new online, I'm willing to start from scratch. But that's why I brought up earlier about I would be willing to pay extra to not start from zero. You know, give me a starter apartment or maybe a car that I can drive around in and, you know, some ammo to defend myself. Don't just put me out here, you know, with no money in some random house that you're staying in. So, you know, I do believe that there is going to be an online, but I do think that we have to wait a while to hear what the details of that online is going to be. Number 6, my streaming schedule for Kick is 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It will be 18 plus side to side. Okay, so now let me explain this. I tried to explain this a little bit in my last stream, and some people, Bach Chaz, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Some people didn't really understand what I was saying. Okay, now let me break it down to you. I am going to be on TikTok Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 7 o'clock, I will be shutting down TikTok to then set things up to go live on Kick at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, this is going to be 2 different kinds of streams here. It's not going to be a multi-stream. It's not going to cross over itself. We're not going to do that, okay? What's going to happen is there's going to be 1 slot here and 1 slot there. Now, the reason why that's happening is, don't get me wrong, but I also, I was so happy and thankful, right? 1 second. I was so happy and thankful to become a Kick affiliate recently. Shout out to Kick. I know a lot of people are hesitant and new. They don't know a lot about Kick, so let me break it down for you. Okay? TikTok is a new service. TikTok has not been around for the past 7 to 8 years. Okay? TikTok just started up. And I made a choice to build a community here because of the fact that I love everything about the platform. Not just when I'm streaming. Like, to be honest, sometimes, and a lot of people would know, I come out of my game stream, and while I'm watching TV, I'm watching other people's game streams. It's a support thing, okay? So, what I notice is, yes, there are people that, play older adult games, and they do all the things they do on stream, and what I notice is sometimes they end up catching a ban because I don't think they understand that some places are okay with that and some places are not, okay? Myself personally, I feel that TikTok is best for sports. Okay, I'm going to be getting into MLB The Show in a little bit. I'm going to be getting into NBA 2K. I'm going to be getting further into Madden. We're in 2030, but I want to bring Madden down a bit because of the fact that, come on, we're in the year 2030, We just won a Super Bowl all of I want to say a week ago, not even that. I had to get the roster together, which it is together now, to start up the next stream. But I do want to involve other games as well. Even some Nintendo games. I have to go with what I feel you guys will want to see, but at the same time, I want to stay in the same kind of frame. We like Madden. Okay, well, 2K is out there. I have 2K on my Switch. I probably wouldn't play my career because I'm pretty sure all of y'all don't want to see me play power forward for the 76ers. So I would probably build a team of people that I like in basketball and see if we can win some championships. And do the same thing that we do on Madden, right? That will be done on Kick, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, when we get to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will stop the stream. I will be telling everybody, hey, we're going on over to Kick. It's at SR51 Media. I encourage you now to go on over to Kick while we're in the podcast, if you can, without leaving the podcast. If you don't have a platform profile, create you a profile and find me over there, SR51 Media. I will, if you let me know that you follow me and you have some sort of stream or something that you're trying to bolster up, I will follow you back as well, right? Now, the thing about it is a lot of people, to address some things that people use against Kick, one of the main things that I've heard a lot is people acknowledging the gambling aspect. Okay, now, first of all, let me say this. I was able to stream enough hours and do enough hours where I did not see one piece of gambling. Okay? When I logged in, yes, there was a room, there was a, like a podcast. There was a stream room where people were gambling, but I didn't go into it. Yes, there was a room for bikinis and hot tubs, but I didn't go into it. And it didn't force me to go into it, right? I was able to scroll through the games, find what I wanted to watch, and watch the stream straight up to support other kickers on the stream. Right? If you have a problem with betting in a video game, you obviously ain't watching football. Because nowadays, every single commercial that comes up during football is either MGM Grand Gambling, DraftKings Gambling, Sportsbook Gambling, Bet Us Gambling. All it is basically gamble on football. Kevin Hart's involved. Matt, what was his name? Fitzpatrick, the guy that played for the Washington Commanders. They up there advertising. Now, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, you should do everything in moderation. Okay? So, like they say, never gamble what you can't afford, and, all that stuff about, do it in good graces. Don't, gamble away your house and your livelihood on some football games. Okay? But, for people like myself that grew up, I've been to casinos. Okay? I've bet on blackjack, and I've won. I've lost some, but I've won a good amount. Do I consider myself to be like a tournament level blackjack player? No. But one of the funnest things I've ever seen was in GTA 5, where what I'm going to do later is I'm going to take my car and I'm going to drive over to the casino. If I take my car, I'll probably take my car because I have insurance on my car. So if anybody blew up my car, I could just go pick it up. I'm going to take my car and I'm going to drive over to the casino. I'm going to go inside. We're going to gamble. And I'm probably going to gamble on blackjack. Right? Now, because Kick is part of crypto gambling and gambling in and of itself, they're not going to have a problem with that. Okay? They're not going to shadow ban me. They're not going to shut down my channel. They're not going to ban me for it, and that is something that is nice to have. Okay? You got to understand that it's not fair to me that you say, well, you can gamble on football in real life, but I can't gamble on a game or play a gambling game on TikTok because I might get banned. So we're just not going to roll the dice. That's just how it works. Right? No. So the thing about it is, same thing, we talk real here and we keep it honest. Same thing with the hot tubs and bikinis. Some people, there are some men and some women that log in online and want to see that. I'm not judging anybody. It's your body, your life. You do whatever you want to do. Okay, that is not my decision. Will I be in those rooms? No. Should they exist? Not my call. It's not my platform. I don't make the rules. And what you also have to keep in mind is, before you pass judgment on Kick, do your research, because the same people that the company that was allowed to gamble on Kick actually started gambling on Twitch first. See, the reason why they moved away from Twitch was because Twitch wasn't getting a profit. Meaning that basically when people go online and gamble, like there was a stream, I don't know if it was on Kick or Twitch, but there was a stream where Drake came in and was gambling, and I think he lost like $500,000, and then he won like almost $1 million or something like that. But the platform didn't see any of the money. So the thing about it is, a lot of people are getting caught up on misinformation, and the whole hatred of Twitch, I don't have that. Okay, I'm going to clear that up right now. 1 second. We can clear that up right now. I have no hatred or issues that are prevalent with Twitch. Okay? I feel as though it's a great platform for a lot of people, but I do feel that when a company gets to a point where there's so many people leaving, something is going on. Okay? And you would have had to been hiding under a rock to not see almost... there's at least a different video every day uploaded of a new streamer, pulling up from Twitch and either going to YouTube or TikTok or Kick or something like that, right? Myself personally, I chose Kick because I understand what it's built on. I'm not going to go into it, but yes, I know about crypto. I'm invested in crypto. And this is not financial advice. Let me say that right now. So I'm not telling you to buy anything or do anything. You do your own financial research. I'm just telling you my journey, okay? I do have crypto, and I am investing in crypto. I believe in it, okay? I've seen results. So, to me, I understand what that is. Some people, I understandably don't know what crypto is. Same thing with the gambling part. Some people feel like it's just people rolling dice on the street somewhere. No, it's video games. It's the same thing that you play in mobile, It's the same thing that you play in Grand Theft Auto. It's the same thing that you play when you play Candy Crush, when you buy lives and stuff like that. You're gambling that you're going to win, right? So to me, I don't have a problem with those things. And also, to explain the reason why it's 18 older streams, is because they're 18 older games, okay? You have to understand, Grand Theft Auto is not a teenager game. It's not coming out, if I had to guess, Grand Theft Auto is not coming out to no football everybody rating. That game is coming out to 18 and mature. That's how that's going to go down. Now, is everybody that's 18 under going to play it? Not my call, not my choice, not my kids. Okay? But at the end of the day, I'm going to be playing it, And not just Grand Theft Auto. Same thing, I want to go back and complete the DLCs of some of my favorite Assassin's Creeds. Because to be honest, without jumping off the subject and staying on pace, right? I like the new DLCs that came out for what's the name of that game? Syndicate, the one with the gun. I never played the DLCs for Odyssey. So those two alone I want to get back into. When it comes to Tom Clancy, I'm not really feeling what I'm hearing about the new Tom Clancy. MCK. Welcome to the 51 Dynasties community. Welcome to one of the best online communities available today, where you are appreciated. Thank you for your support, and welcome into the group. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. MCK, thank you for them likes. Thank you for them likes. Myself personally, I wasn't really feeling how's your day going, MCK. I wasn't really feeling the whole new Assassin's Creed where they took away the powers and, you know, and the ability to climb everywhere, and they made it like the old Assassin's Creed where you got to sneak up on somebody. And I'm like, all right, man, whatever. You know, that sounds good, but for all of that, you know, by the time I spend 60 on that, I could spend 60 on Syndicate and get DLC and be back in the game playing new DLC all over again. Or I could buy Odyssey's DLC, or I can try to complete Valhalla. So, to me, those games, in my opinion, are better because I like the way they play. And to be honest, now that Assassin's Creed has, I don't know if they've permanently, do you do online franchise? This isn't my franchise. This is gameplay in the background for the Aries Alert Show, episode 22. My franchise is offline that I play on. Okay, we got a little bit of a stutter glitch. Hold on. Stream seems to be lagging out. Hold on. Let's disconnect this Wi-Fi. And it's raining. Here come the rain. The rain seems to have brought the signal problems. That's how I work out here in the greater state of Washington. Hopefully it clears itself up. If it doesn't, we'll just, you know, power through. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me. I just got the gameplay on. I have something in the background. Hopefully everything works well. But just to let you know, it is raining in the Northwest. And when it's raining in the Northwest, sometimes things don't operate well. So the thing about it is, you know, you have options to play. And the games, if you look at, you know, my YouTube channel and you look at what I'm playing on, you know, these games and stuff that I'm talking about, you know, these are 18 or older games, you know. So I have to do the right thing by the community and label them as 18 or older games. And they have to be on a platform where I can be assured, hey, I have the same opinion, because being an affiliate, just to explain to you, an affiliate on Kick is kind of, in my eyes, it's better than, it's not about competing with TikTok because they're a different kind of brand. TikTok is more 15 to 30 second clips and live streams, whereas Kick is mainly live streams and podcasts and, you know, URLs and stuff like that, right? 1 second. So Kick is mainly live streams, URLs, podcasts, and things of that nature. I would say, to be honest, it is a little Wild Wild Westish right now. I feel that over the next couple of years, they'll probably, you know, get some things established that you can and cannot do on the platform. But as it stands right now, there's a lot of freedom, okay? Me becoming an affiliate puts me in a way where you see how Vaches and a couple other people came in and dropped gifts. In Kick, I'm in the same position that I'm in with TikTok. A lot of people, sometimes content creators, they don't like hearing content creators talk about, you know, receiving anything or getting anything, but you have to offset the cost of your game channel somehow, right? So people like YHAM5750 and Nails by Pingy that are subscribers help me offset the cost of running the channel, right? So becoming an affiliate on Kick was important to me because of the fact that, number one of the major things they offer that nobody else really offers is a revenue split that nobody's willing to do. Okay, nobody's right now doing 95-5. Okay, and what that means is basically when you drop a gift on Kick, I get 95% of what you dropped, and they only get 5%. Whereas if I was on TikTok and you dropped a gift, I would get 50% of what they dropped, depending on the amount of drops that come, right? So it's not like a financial thing. It's mainly a comfortability thing. And also the fact that there's way wilder streams than mine over there. And they're not really being shut down. You know, one of the things Kick said is they're trying to come away from banning people because, let's be honest, so many people have been banned on Twitch where I don't even have to get into it myself. You can just look it up when the stream is over. You know, find your favorite. If you were on Twitch and your favorite streamer left and went to YouTube, look up why they did. You know, and 9 times out of 10, they will list the reasons that I just listed. So, just to make everybody aware, once again, so everybody's aware, my normal stream schedule is going to be Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok. And then it's going to be 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Kick. Now, the reason why it's later in the day for these 2 streams is because I work during the morning. Okay? Now, if there's off days on weekends or stuff like that, we'll see what we want to do. Okay? If it's a Saturday or something like that and I didn't actually stream during the week or something, I may go live on TikTok for an hour or 2 to play football, and I may say, hey, come on over here, guys, we're going to play some GTA on Kick, right? It's never going to be a type of thing where, now, if I do get to a point where I can't keep up with one or another, I always keep, one of the things I always do is I always keep everybody updated on Twitter, Facebook, Mastodon, and Threads. So pick one, right? Make sure that you pick the one that's more comfortable to you, right? But when you pick that, realize that I'm always going to put out alerts. I'm not just going to say, okay, let's just go live and, you know, anybody that knows me will just get notified. That doesn't work that way. You need a I understand. You need a notification that can pop up on your phone that says right across the top, SR51 Media just went live on Kick. Go on over there. You know, SR51 Media is live on TikTok. Go on over there, right? This is the reason why we need those notifications and the reason why I encourage people to join up on social media. Not so that way we can just talk, but also so that way you're informed. You know, like the podcast itself is important. There's a lot of information that's being given out. And to be honest, I'm not going to be in a position where I repeat myself after this stream. Like, I'm going to post this stream 21, the episode Airs Alert Show, episode 21 is being posted to YouTube right now. So this podcast will be posted this week to YouTube, right? So you can go back and listen to it. When we're playing regular game streams somewhere else, I may tell you my stream schedule, but I'm not going to run through all this about what made the decision, you know, so that way you can understand. Because there was, I think it was Eric and a couple other people that were like, oh, don't leave TikTok. I'm not leaving TikTok. I don't want anybody to think that just because I'm streaming on Kick that I'm not leaving that I'm leaving TikTok. I will be at bare minimum on TikTok at least 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday. And when you add it up, 3 times 5, 15 hours at bare minimum, okay, during the week. Now, if I miss a day, like something came up this week, I'll always be willing to make it up that weekend or the following weekend there, right? So you don't have to worry about me shutting off the audience. Now, for people that are wondering, you know, what are you going to get over there on Kick is, number one, you're going to get side-to-side content. This angle that I'm at right now is TikTok's most, let's say, liked angle. I know some people come in and they ask, you know, well, why is the screen this way? And why is this? Why is that? It's because I want it that way. Okay? If you don't want it that way and you don't like it, I'm not forcing you to like it. You got to understand that when we scroll on TikTok, we scroll up. Okay? So when you scroll up to my channel, you have a full view of the field and a full view of me. Right? Now, at the same time, when I go to Kick, I'm going to flip it to side by side because of the fact that they don't work in up and down platforms. Now, also, just to let you know, the Kick platform streams will also be recorded. But let me say this. Things are going to be recorded, but they're going to take a little bit longer to update. Okay? What I noticed was you can't just throw a raw video onto the platform and expect people to watch through things. Okay? 2 different kinds of content, 2 different kinds of places. But at the same time, coming from the same brain. You know, you have to understand, for me, I've been playing violent video games for years now. I'm in my 30s, okay? I've been playing violent video games since Super Nintendo. I remember Super Nintendo and Sega. I remember Demolition Man from the movie Demolition Man. Oh, and I got a sound effect that I'm gonna be using on TikTok too. Check this one out.
187.
Uh huh.
Northwest quadrant.
187 Northwest Quadrant. Right. So the thing about it is I got new stuff coming. That's part of the new package, right? And I say that because I thought about Demolition Man today, and I was like, wow, man, you know, I remember when I was a young boy playing Demolition Man, and, you know, I watched the movie. Demolition Man is one of my my favorite Sylvester Stallone movies, not going into movies, but just saying because I brought up Demolition Man. My favorite Sylvester Stallone movies are movies like Rocky, of course, Philly Boy. Rocky, all of them, every last one of them. And Demolition Man and The Expendables. Those are the three that I'm like, I'll watch them anytime they come on. Either one, doesn't matter. I'll watch it. Great movies, right? But I say that to say that, you know, I was playing Demolition Man when I was younger. I was playing RoboCop versus Terminator. What else was violent? Mortal Kombat. I remember when, you know, get over here. You know, when he first started that up and stuff like that. So it's only fair that I'm given a space to play adult games as well, because I'm giving everybody the family-friendly content first. You know, like TikTok is going to be before Kick, you know, so at night when, you know, most adults are still up, you know, because let's be honest, most adults don't go to bed at no 7:30. Now, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so when I go live at 7 o'clock on Kick, it's going to be 7 o'clock here. And the East is going to be 10 o'clock. But for some people, they still might want to watch an hour, you know. They might be at work. I know that, to tell you the truth, when I was at work, not saying I don't work now, right? Hold on real quick. Let me pause if I tell you the story. I know that when I was at work at this one job, right? I used to listen to, I'm not going to name them, but just shout out to all the YouTubers that do Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo content. You know who you are. I've been in your stream sections for a while, liking your streams. You probably know my name by this point. So the thing about it is, great job on you guys' part. The reason why I say that is, when I was working a job, I was on a job, like, I would get there around sometime in the afternoon, late afternoon, like 5, 6 o'clock, 7, something like that. And then I wouldn't get off work till like daggone near 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So while you're working, without, you know, giving up too much information, while I was working, I would put on podcasts. I'm talking podcast after podcast after podcast. Xbox podcast, PlayStation podcast, Nintendo podcast, gaming podcast. And it was a loop. You know, every day I would go to work, I would download new podcasts to listen to, or I would tune in. It even got to the point where, shout out to other streamers, they know who they are, some of them on Twitch, some of them on other platforms. It even got to a point where they would, you know, ask information that they heard coming from my phone. Like, oh, is this new game such and such about to come out? I heard this guy. I heard this guy talking about this new game. Well, yeah, you know, gaming opens the same amount of doors that sports open. And if you're ever in a point where you talking to somebody and you want to know something about them, ask them about sports or gaming. You know, if y'all can link up on that, then y'all gonna link up for life. So the thing about it was, the Kick decision to become an affiliate wasn't just to become an affiliate. It was to set up an older adult stream for us to have somewhere to chill. You know, somewhere where, you know, you can talk about adult things. Maybe you at the bar, maybe you smoke, maybe you chill. You know, maybe you want to cuss in the chat. I look at it is, though, I'm gonna have rules. Okay, I'm gonna post rules, right? But it's not gonna be too strict. You know, it's not gonna be too strict of a rule. Like, yeah, you can cuss in the chat as long as you ain't cussing at somebody or cussing at me or cussing at the stream. You know, if you come in like F this game, then hey, it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna bounce you for that. You know, and then also with it being side to side content, a lot of people will probably appreciate it better because of the fact that, you know, it's gonna be side to side. So I just wanted to at least bring that up as a topic to, you know, get everybody informed. And when I post the podcast, anybody that goes back and listen to it, you know, it'll be up there permanently, so I can always say just check out, you know, episode 22. Topic number 7. Xbox says they don't have plans to put Game Pass on Nintendo and PlayStation. Okay. Previous to this podcast, there was a announcement from, I think he's the CFO or something like that of Xbox. Nothing against him. I don't remember his name. I'm not gonna pull up the article. But cut a long story short, the CFO of Xbox, I think that's his title. He made a statement about Xbox wanting to put all their Game Pass on any screen, including screens that they formerly saw as competitors, meaning Nintendo and PlayStation. And of course, the internet lit a fire, and the torches got lit, and down the street people went. Right? Let me tell you something. As a person that owns a PlayStation and Nintendo, we are never getting Game Pass on these platforms. Number one, because they have their own Game Pass. See, it's nothing wrong with owning one console, but when you get your news from somebody that only plays on one thing and is, championing it, this is the best and nothing is better, you're kind of shut out on other news, right? Like here, I'm willing to tell you, there's PlayStation Plus, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it is for PlayStation, right? And there's Nintendo Online. Now, what do they offer that's similar to Game Pass? Nintendo Online offers you Sega, Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, and Nintendo 64, and all the games that they put in there with it. So why would they let Game Pass come on Nintendo? Because you got to think, if Game Pass was on the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo doesn't get 100% of their profit. Xbox gets probably 50 plus percent of the profit of the games that sell. So it could also destroy the Nintendo platform, because some people could be like, well, you know what? I'm not buying Mario this year. I'm buying Call of Duty. Like they said they want to bring Call of Duty to the Switch. That's understandable, right? I could see that. I could definitely see that, because Minecraft is everywhere. See, Microsoft bought Xbox to be like Xbox bought Call of Duty to make it like Minecraft. It's gonna be everywhere. It's mobile. You got the mobile Call of Duty they now own. They got the regular Call of Duties they own. So probably what they'll do is maybe on the next Switch they'll put it where Call of Duty releases day and date on the Nintendo Switch. Now the thing about that is there's a percentage that Xbox gets for them actually buying the game on Nintendo Switch, but Nintendo gets a very high price of that percentage because they're selling it on their platform. They just have to pay a fee to do so, right? I could see that happening. But a full-blown Game Pass that is like literally on Switch, and you can just scroll through Switch and play Xbox games, I think would do damage to Nintendo. I think the reason why, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Mario, but mainly with my Switch, my favorite games are like Animal Crossing. Yes, I like Animal Crossing. Love the game. Have over 100 hours in it. Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse got 100 hours in it. Just bought the Outer Wilds. That's a game that was on Xbox that is now able to be played on the Switch. Just got MLB The Show 23 for about $10 on Black Friday. What else I'm trying to think? Marvel Ultimate Alliance, The Black Order. I have that on the Switch. So they have a variety of games, but I don't see them getting a Game Pass. And as far as PlayStation goes, I highly doubt that PlayStation would allow them to put Game Pass on PlayStation and actually collect money from them. See, what I believe is went on here is people leapt off the porch before they waited for the information. Now, what happened next was a day or so later, I think it was earlier, whenever it was this week, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, came out and basically shut that down and said, we have no plans on taking our Game Pass to Nintendo and PlayStation. That was something you should have known from the rip, right? Like, you shouldn't even have believed all these people. It was so much clickbait of people, oh, it's over. Xbox is dead. They going third party. Oh, it's over. They're not making consoles anymore. It's over, y'all. See, look at this. That's why, if you notice, I didn't say nothing about it. My hand to God. I didn't say a single word about it. 1 second. Not because I had a problem with what people were saying, but what happened was I just thought to myself, I was like, that don't even sound accurate. These dudes just spent $1 billion. See, you gotta understand something. I'm not one of those people that looks up sales charts and what's the name of that stuff? Sales charts and hold on one second. I got a notification that's blocking my view. Uh, I'm not the type of person that looks up sales charts and says, well, PlayStation's doing this, and we had an old saying, my family, you should count my pockets. You count my pockets, because a lot of people pocket watching nowadays. How much. Well, Xbox made this much money in revenue this month, and this means this, and that means, man, this is a $1 billion company. Don't nobody know what they doing, And no, PlayStation ain't broke. I don't believe that. I don't go along with it. I don't subscribe to it at all. PlayStation got a lot of money. PlayStation, if I had to guess, I believe that Dolphins for Life, what he heard could be true. I do believe that PlayStation could put a lot of money behind Call of Duty, a lot of money behind GTA, and it will offset Call of Duty. Because the thing about it is, if they could get, even if it's 2 weeks, if they could get 2 weeks jump on Xbox, whoo, boy, that's going to mess some things up for Xbox, boy. Because, see, you can't be saying, well, we're not worried about Grand Theft Auto because we got a vow. Or we're not worried about Grand Theft Auto because Halo's coming out with a new campaign. That's not going to stand up to Grand Theft Auto. Okay? Now, for everybody that's never played Grand Theft Auto, I'm pretty sure after you play it, you will understand. Okay? The story was freaking incredible. Alright? I'm talking one of the best stories I've ever played in the game. Took me a long time, but amazing fun while I was doing it. And then to have an online feature where you can go and create a player and do what you want to do, amazing game. One of the best purchases I ever made. Never would doubt it. Right? But the thing about it is, do I think they would get a PlayStation Game Pass option? No. They're gonna have Call of Duty because Xbox had to sign that contract that says for 10 years Call of Duty is not able to be exclusive on the Xbox. Now, 10 years from now, Call of Duty could say, 10 years from now, Xbox could say, hey, look, we've been putting Call of Duty on there for 10 years. We've been putting Call of Duty on there for 10 years. We don't want to do it anymore. And Call of Duty is no longer on PlayStation. Now, how would PlayStation respond? They would respond with something. I think that's where the Rockstar stuff is coming in, because they have a very strong relationship with PlayStation, and I think that if anybody's gonna have the marketing, it might be PlayStation. If anybody gets the marketing or the free or the exclusive content, I can see it being PlayStation, just because they tend to put their money in third party a lot, and Xbox doesn't do that. Like Xbox, the Starfield thing was a good buy. It's a great game, but at the same time, when they swung so hard with what's the name of it? When they swung so hard with Starfield, and now at the same time they're talking about 11 and 12 other games coming out, I think they may take the general release of GTA. Like say something like, yeah, GTA is coming out. Like say that GTA says GTA 6 is coming out on PlayStation June 1st, but it's coming out on Xbox June 21st, right? I can see Xbox being okay with that because they're so focused on their first party. And it's not that it's a weak first party, because I feel as though the first shot with Starfield is very good. But if I had to be honest, Starfield has kind of expanded what I want from a game now. I like the companions of Starfield. Not going off topic here, just saying, right? I like the companions of Starfield. I like the freedom of it. I like being able to ride around, do what I want, customize my character. So this game has me attached. Now, when they come out with Fallout, I'm gonna be on that, right? And the reason being is Xbox has put me in a position where, to be honest, I've started to love Bethesda games. Now, I liked Fallout before, but I really like Starfield. And Fallout is more, let's say, less spaceships and more on the ground. So they are going to be good going forward, but if I had to guess, we have to keep an eye on this PlayStation news, because it will determine what happens around the league. It will determine what happens around the industry. Let me see here. Number 8, Bungie, the guys that make Destiny. So the guys that make Destiny, the studio behind Destiny is called Bungie, right? Bungie is having feelings of soul-crushing atmosphere. My thoughts. Now, this was from credit IGN. They basically said that Destiny 2, the developer Bungie, has been doing a lot of layoffs, and there's a possibility that Destiny does not meet their financial requirements, and PlayStation takes them over solely. Okay? My thoughts on this is, first of all, speaking about the game itself. Destiny has gotten a little too happy with single player missions. Okay? When I was playing Destiny 1, I loved Destiny 1. Great game, beat the story, loved it to death. Right? When I played Destiny 2, I still remember, and it's not a spoiler because Destiny 2 has been out for like the past 10 years. They wake up the Arbiter in the end. And when the Arbiter, if I remember that was his name, I could be wrong here. I forget what his name is. I haven't been in the story for a while. I'm saying Arbiter. That may not be correct. I think that's Halo. Basically, the big sphere, the big planet thing in the middle of the planet that you're all protecting, right? Where we get our Guardian power from, it woke up in the end of the game. When it woke up, pyramids from the outer space also woke up. And then we were told that, we're going to have to defend things and do things and other things. So we all waited for content. Now, one thing that I could say that I don't necessarily like as much about Destiny and why I haven't been playing as much is when it comes to the main story, you have to do everything yourself. It's you versus somewhere around 100 people, And it's different when it's a game like, take Destiny, for instance. Take Starfield, for instance, right? I have a companion with me, okay? So what that means is if I get into a firefight with 35 people, I at least got somebody watching my back that while I'm reloading, they sending laser rifle shots and bullets downfield, They got my back, right? Same thing with a Fallout game. Same thing with Outer Worlds. Those games have kind of expanded it to where when I see a game like Destiny, like when Cade died, and they were like, yeah, we're going to do this for Cade, and everybody was, we're going to get revenge for Cade. I'm like, ain't nobody coming with me? I can't get a Guardian? Like, what are y'all doing? I can't get one Guardian to come along with me in this mission? Like, what do y'all do? Now, one thing that I still love about Destiny and would bring me back into the game is they have a very good multiplayer. They have a PvE. If you don't know, PvP stands for player versus player, and PvE stands for player versus everyone. So what that means is you get 5 people together, and then you have to run through like 100 enemies till you get to a boss, and then you have to kill the boss, and then you get like exclusive content and stuff like that, right? So I started playing that. I was having amazing fun just playing that, and it is something that I may return to on PlayStation. I may get back to it in a short period of time. It's another game that I'm looking at. But I do feel that myself personally, the reason why Destiny is suffering the way it's suffering is because there's so many other games that have come out that do similar to what they do. Like multiplayer, a lot of people, that play Destiny have either maxed out their players to where they only play for like a gun or a skin or something like that. The main story, anybody that's playing probably done beat the main story 3-4 times over already. So a lot of people wouldn't be right now spending money in Destiny because what would you be spending it on? Some of the best clothes come from beating bosses and opening packages. So why would you spend, $50 to $100 on clothes when you can get them in game, So Destiny, to me, if I had to guess, they're probably about to be taken over by PlayStation. And when PlayStation takes them over, will Destiny be on Xbox? Gotta wait and see, because Sony could easily take over Bungie, okay, and then turn around and say something like, we're about to release, say, Destiny 3. GTA just fired their shot across the bow, right across the bow. Right, give me 1 second. Get a little liquids in here, get a little water in here. I was drinking tea before I started the stream, warm myself up. So, GTA just called their shot. GTA just shot across the bow saying, hey, we're dropping GTA 6 in 2025. What they've done is they've set a marker in the sand that a lot of people may say, I'm going to get my game together or I'm going to get it off and popping and be ready by the time that comes around because I can, imagine this. Imagine PlayStation gets the marketing rights for Grand Theft Auto and they bring out a Destiny 3 or even they revamp Destiny 2 and it's not available on Xbox. And when Christmas rolls around, you can either get a bundle where you get GTA 6 and a PlayStation or Destiny 2 with all them upgrades and a PlayStation. See, those are the things that PlayStation does that I like. Like I know a lot of people say PlayStation is a lot of story-driven games, but to be honest, they're good games. Like I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie. Like Detroit Become Human. Oh my god, I love that game. I want to go back to it. The only reason why I'm not streaming it is because there's like nudity in it and stuff. I looked it up and they said something about there's nudity in it, and I haven't come across it yet. So what I might do is record my gameplay so it at least can be put up so you guys can see it. But sticking to what I was saying here, I don't see Destiny being able to pull out, a couple $100 million in the next couple months to hold off from being taken over from PlayStation. That's just me. I could be wrong, but I think this might be the end, not the end of Bungie and the end of Destiny, but this could be another shot in the war. Because they are, regardless of what Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo say, these companies are at war with each other for us. Okay? They're at war for us as gamers to buy their product and stay with them and, buy their product, stay with them, buy their subscription services, play their games. Like, some people, don't even care. Like, back in the day, they used to care and make it a big thing if you own the other console. Like, I grew up, thankfully, with a mother, father and family that provided me with a Sega and a Nintendo. So, when we would go to school, there was other people like me that had similar to the same setup, and we was the ones that was like, no, this game right here is the truth because we played it, and this game right here is the truth because we played it, right? Now we're in a situation where these guys are firing every other day. Grand Theft Auto threw out a shot. I'm pretty sure Destiny, if they get taken over by Sony, is going to do something completely different. There's supposed to be a lot of other games coming out. I heard something about State of Decay. I would love another Detroit Become Human, but I need to beat the one I have. And then I got to catch up on God of Wars. So, basically, if I could say anything, I think that these next couple of years here with this whole Bungie thing is going to be interesting. Because if Bungie goes solely PlayStation, that's a shot right there. That's a shot. Because there are a lot of people. Like, matter of fact, we can look at them now. How many concurrent users do they have? How many users? Hold on. You got to put active. And you can look it up yourself later to verify me. Okay, let's see. So on population.com, they say, we estimate that the daily player count of Destiny 2 to be 423,780 with a total player base of somewhere around 44 million. Now, that could be wrong. That could be accurate. But I feel that 44 million is a combination of all the platforms put together. PC, PlayStation, Xbox, right? So what ended up happening here is that basically, if they switch over to go solely, that shuts off probably a good 10 to 15 million subscribers. It shuts off 10 to 15 million gamers on other platforms. Now, I'm not rooting for this. I'm not saying that that's what they should do when it comes to GTA and Destiny. I'm just saying I'm going off of what we're seeing, okay? And PlayStation has to swing back somehow with, Xbox dropping new games every couple of months and dominating the news and all of that. So they have to swing back. And I think that could be an avenue where they swing back, where if they get Bungie, they say maybe, because I don't know if you can pull Destiny 2 from the store of Xbox, but what they could do is they could bring out, because I don't know if they could do that, like pull a game from their store after it's already been up there, but they could say, well, we're working on a Destiny 3, and Destiny 3, when they're asked, is it going to be solely exclusive? And people say, yeah. They could clearly say, yes, Sony, now that Destiny's a sole party owned by PlayStation, we're making it solely available to PlayStation. So, keep your ears to the ground on that. If you're a Destiny player, I'll keep you updated as much as I know. And, of course, tune into the podcast where I'll be telling you information. Okay, number 9. Cyberpunk 2077 is back. When and how will I be jumping back in? Okay. If you don't know, I was one of the original people that played Cyberpunk 2077 when it came out. Okay. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm always honest with the 51 Dynasties as much as I can be. And let me say this. Destiny had some problems when it first came out. Cyberpunk 2077 had some problems when it first came out. One of the main problems that I noticed they had was when I opened the mirror in the bathroom where I live, my body wouldn't show up, right? And I was like, oh, okay, that's just one thing. Then I'm riding down the street and it's juddering on me. I'm like, oh, okay, that's another thing. Then you get into battles and the frame rate's dropping. So here's the thing. Basically, it was a live service game that they were still working on when it came out. Now, what I do with live service games that they're still working on when they first come out is, what I do is I sit the game down for a while and come back when it's finished. Or at least when it's updated better. So now that Cyberpunk has gotten to a point where they have released new content, right? They even have this thing in there called romantic hangouts, where you can invite your partner, or I guess it's your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever you got here. You can invite them to come hang over your apartment, and I don't know what you do. Watch TV, smoke, drink, whatever you do. But you can invite them over and hang out, right? I'm interested in that. I'm also interested in playing the story. Now that it's actually fleshed out and, you know, they moved on to DLC, there's not a lot of spoilers going on with the story. Now, I know I got to the part without ruining it for you, because a lot of people may be jumping into Cyberpunk and I don't want to ruin the story for you. I did get to the part where I met Keanu Reeves. And things did kind of change up after I met him, but I didn't finish it. So I would be looking to add Cyberpunk 2077 to the kick list, because of the fact that, once again, it's an adult game and there's a lot of violence and stuff like that. So basically, that is another game that I'm adding to the list for the kick stream. So be sure to check that out. As I said, I'm going to be back in it. Number 10, Hogwarts Legacy, my second play start. What I think about the Switch version. Okay, now if you don't know, I owned Hogwarts Legacy on PlayStation 5. I played it. The graphics were crisp. I'm talking crisp. Okay. I recently returned it and I bought it on Nintendo Switch. Now, the reason why I got it on Nintendo Switch was because of the fact that it's a very big game. And when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, I know everybody's asking, how does it look? How does it look? How does it play? One second. I know a lot of people are like, how does it look? How does it play? Does it play good? I have yet to experience anything game breaking. And you know me. If I did, I would tell you. Okay? The characters look like the characters when I'm fighting, and because you on Nintendo Switch, the right trigger in the back is the one that you use for the regular spell. Like when you're not using any of the special ones, or you're just throwing, the shot at them and stuff. Works very well with the trigger. The moving around with the sticks works well. I got to the part where I got sorted into my house. Of course, shout out Team Slytherin. Slytherin gang, right? I run with Slytherin when it comes to the Hogwarts Legacy, okay? I like the villains. So what happened was basically I got sorted into my house of Slytherin. I got a good night's rest. I woke up the next morning and I started to learn different things. Like I got my book, the book where you put the pages in and stuff like that. I had got that. And then I also played a little bit of just walking around, talking to people to see how it would go. I got into my first duel in class, and I didn't feel that I was playing a lower version. Now, what I did feel was graphically, okay, pound for pound, the best graphic standpoint is going to be on the Xbox or the PlayStation. The Switch would be third. But the thing that the Switch does is it puts me into a standpoint where if I leave the house, Hogwarts Legacy leaves with me. See, that's the thing that people don't understand about these handhelds, is that it's not so much about what you do at home. It's more about what you do on the road. You know, not even like you're traveling the country, but when you're not home, you know, and you want to play a game. I don't feel as though I only want to play the game when I'm home. I feel like I want to play the game when I'm ready to play the game. So having Hogwarts Legacy on my Switch is very well. I don't see anything wrong with the price. I mean, the purchase. I think it was a very good purchase for me to go out there and get. And, you know, a little bit later, I'll be bringing it to the stream. And it'll be on TikTok because, come to find out, Hogwarts Legacy is a family-friendly game, so I can stream that on TikTok. The next one. When will I be catching up with Assassin's Creed and which one? Now, I spoke on this a little bit just to kind of elaborate. I'm not really that big a fan of the new Assassin's Creed, mainly because they took away all the stuff that I liked. Okay? I played Assassin's Creed from the first one up to this latest one that came out, and my favorite ones were Black Flag, Syndicate, Odyssey, Origins, stuff like that. You know, they weren't superheroes, but they at least had a better move set than the enemies, you know. And now they've taken it back to like puzzle solving and to upgrade weapons, you gotta forage for, you know, like it's like this big crafting thing where you can't just, you know, go to a store and buy a new weapon or something. So I'm not gonna prejudge it and say it's a bad game, but for me, I think that jumping back into Assassin's Creed is more going back to Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Who knows? I may start it from the beginning. You know, I don't think I want to do that. But I know I want to play the DLC. I know they had some DLC of, I think it was the Strangler. Remember that Strangler guy in London? Way back in the day. I forget what his name was. But he used to kill people in the alleys and stuff. I would love to go back and see what that's about. They had add-on to Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I think it was called Freedom, where the black boat captain, the African-American captain that you had beside you in the game, he goes off to free slaves on islands and stuff. So I would love to get that done. Yeah, there's a good amount of games that Assassin's Creed has put out that have little nooks and crannies that I haven't finished that I'll probably return to. As far as the new Assassin's Creed, I'd look into a lot of it, but to be honest, I'm not really feeling it as much. But I will be playing Assassin's Creed, just different versions. Okay, the next one. Big one. Number 12. I'm planning on doing a Game Awards reaction stream, hopefully after the awards end. Okay, so for the first year ever, in all the existence of SR51 Media, I am going to be choosing to do, if I can, a reaction video to the Game Awards. So what's going to happen is tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I will not be live. Okay? The Game Awards come on at 5 o'clock on my end. And then they said they're supposed to expect it to last 3 hours. So if you count forward, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, it should go off somewhere around 8 o'clock. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a reaction where I'm either playing the game and we talk about it, or I'm just straight up talking and giving my reaction. But I do want to be available to say, you know, what I feel about the Game Awards, you know, and what I feel about the games that are shown, some of the stuff that is revealed, because we all know we about to see the rest of the year's lineup when we go to the Game Awards. You know, it ain't about to be no joke. Like, you know, we about to see everything we need to see when it comes to these streams, right? So, like I said, I want to do a reaction video afterwards. So if it's 8 o'clock when it goes off over here, that will be closer to 8, 9, 10 o'clock over there. Probably what I'll do is it'll be either Twitch. It'll be TikTok or Kick, where I launch a game stream or a talking stream, and we chop it up about what happened on the Game Awards. You know, so that way you don't have to wait too long to hear what I think, and also that way I can hear what you guys think. It's about you as well. You know. Number 13. What do I most want to see at the Game Awards? To be honest, what I really want to see at the Game Awards myself personally, I want to see updates for the year. Like, I want to get a good, you know, a good understanding, right? 1 second. I want to get a good understanding, right, for what we are going to have to play next year. We already know some people. Madden's coming out. 2K's coming out. MLB The Show 24 is coming out. WWE's probably coming out with a new game. AEW's coming out with a new game if they do. I know WWE is looking like a yearly game, so that'll be out with a new game. I don't know if there's going to be a new Assassin's Creed because this one just dropped. They may do year one content with that. There's a Tom Clancy game. Maybe we'll see. Hopefully we see a lot more about that. Maybe some gameplay. That'd be great to see. I would love to see what's next. You see what I'm saying? What is the next thing that is coming for everybody? Not just, that's the good thing about the Game Awards. You find out about everybody. Not just Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo. You find out about everybody and everything that they're doing. Right? So, 14 in the last topic, and then we're going to chop it up for a while if I get you up out of here. I don't want to keep you too long. What do I not want to see at the Game Awards? Okay. Myself personally, I'm not a real big indie guy. You know, I've liked some independent games, but when we get into these, I can't really say kid games because I like kid games as well. But any games that don't appeal to me are like, let me see. I'm not a real big fan of top-down games because that's what I used to play, you know, when I was younger. And I really like, you know, over-the-shoulder or third-person games. I'm not a real big fan of those point-to-click games, you know, where your character's here, their character's there, and then you point to attack and they attack them once, and then they point to attack and they attack them once. I'm not really a fan of those games. So anything in that line, I'm not really going to be paying attention to. Older games, I'm going to be kind of cautious on buying. I'm pretty sure we might see like a remaster or a, you know, re-release of some game or something like that. And I don't know that I'd be willing to buy that because I kind of want to experience new experiences. I want to, you know, play things that are new and stuff like that. So I may end up kind of steering clear of, you know, those games. But at the same time, oh, my leg. At the same time, what I'm saying is basically, you know, to wrap some things up what we talked about here tonight, you know, before I get you up out of here so you can go and enjoy TV and family and friends. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night as well. The changes that are coming around is coming around because the gaming landscape is changing. Okay? I didn't even realize a lot of this stuff was happening. A lot of times I will hear news, but it doesn't really settle in with me until I do something like this. Until I do like a podcast and I'm explaining, you know, what's going on and, you know, my feelings and thoughts on it. And it kind of brings you back to a better understanding. You know, like if you notice, we were in here for almost going to be about 2 hours when we get up out of here, right? Now, the 2 hours that we was in here wasn't about just Xbox. It wasn't about just PlayStation. It wasn't about just Nintendo. Hell, it wasn't even about just mobile. It was about all of them. See, that's what I feel makes the best news because you're in a position where basically you get informed on everything. So everybody's welcome. You know, whether you're a PlayStation guy, a diehard PlayStation guy, a diehard Xbox guy, a diehard Nintendo guy, you know, you understand that, hey, you're appreciated over here as well. You're not, you know, you don't have to be shut out. You don't have to feel that, you know, you're going to be belittled. I don't allow cyberbullying in my chat on any of my streams. You know, if you do it, you will be banned, and I'm not worried about you not coming back. You know, I like having a good community where we can talk about different things. I know a lot of people may look back on my content and say, well, you didn't always have a PlayStation. That's true. I didn't always have a PlayStation, but at the same time, I didn't talk crap about PlayStation. See, a lot of people are bouncing back and forth, you know, just calling it the way I see it. A lot of people are, that I know for a fact, at one point were Xbox people, and then when Xbox went through the drop that they went through between 360 and now, they've moved over to PlayStation. And now because Xbox is resurging with all these new games and all the stuff they got, now they're coming back to Xbox. And to me, that is, you know, clickbaiting you. You know, that's kind of like telling you what you want to hear without being real. You know, everything I said in here, topics-wise, was really how I felt about what I'm going to do. Like, I know I'm going to post this, and I don't have to worry about, oh, I said this or I said that because I came real with you. You know, That's one of the things you gotta understand. Something when people say, you know, well, I don't want to be a character, or I'm not worried about, you know, the success of the channel. That's not how I take the 51 Dynasties. I take the 51 Dynasties as an extension of my family and friends. You know, I consider all of y'all to be friends. You know, internet wise, is, you know, the ones that are great are the ones that are great that join up to the community and come back stream after stream. And I appreciate every single one of you. Not like, oh, I've forgotten. Like, no, you know, I communicate with people outside the streams. I like their videos. I'm quick to watch somebody stream if they're live. Maybe most of the time it's Madden, but I think I'm gonna like start watching more GTA streams just to get an understanding of, you know, what's new in the game and stuff like that. Because I know I'm only gonna be able to do so much without having to pay something. So, but the difference of it is tomorrow. If you don't know, tomorrow is the Game Awards. They start at 5 o'clock. I'm assuming. Don't take my word for this, but I'm assuming that you can watch it on YouTube. But for me, I don't like watching people talk while I'm trying to watch a game. You know, that's why I'm not doing an actual reaction while the Game Awards are on. I would prefer to watch the Game Awards completely and then, you know, jump on the mic and be like, did you see this? Oh, man, did you see that? Oh, no, this game going to be this. I don't think that game going to be this. I don't know when that game coming out. You know, those are the things I would like to do. Now, just to also explain, I won't just be talking random. While I'm watching the Game Awards, I'm going to be taking notes. So that way, when we go to have our conversation about what happened at the Game Awards, we at least have a direction, you know? So we're not just sitting up here saying, you know, whatever comes to mind. I want to, because I know there's going to be some games there. Myself, personally, I feel as though it's a competition, you know? I feel like this Game Awards, a lot of people say after the Game Awards, the industry is going to go quiet until January, and I don't necessarily believe that. You know, I think that some people are going to go quiet because, you know, they don't have anything to offer, but I do believe there will be news and there will be things to stay updated on. Maybe not as much as what you see at the Game Awards, but there's going to be a lot of speculation. You know, that's the part that I'm willing to talk about. I'm not a like leaked document shower. I'm not the type of person that's going to, you know, show leaked documents or even put the video up or anything like that. Like when I heard something where the GTA 6 trailer leaked, I didn't watch that. I watched the trailer that came out, I think on IGN. Shout out to IGN. I think they had the trailer up on IGN where you could watch it completely and see it. I'll probably go back and watch it again just to see. I'm probably going to watch it a couple times and watch a couple videos of people that explain some of the things that, you know, we missed in the stream. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's like, for me, the Game Awards is like one of the best times of year because they tell you what's coming next. You know, like what is coming down the pike. You know, 5, 6, maybe 7 months from now. And if you have never watched it, be sure, if you can, try to stay up and watch it. If you're in the East and you're watching it late, try to stay up and watch it. Like I said, I'm going to try to have a reaction video after the fact. So that way you can chill with me and talk about what you saw, maybe what you want to buy, what you didn't like, what you expected to see. You know, we can get together as a community. So before I get up out of here, I'm going to remind everybody, I'm going to put it in the chat again. This is going to be a new thing where I put it in the chat so everybody can read it, just in case you don't hear me on my way out the door. My normal I do it all the time. My normal stream schedule is Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok. And then it is Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Kick.com. So be sure to go on over there, join up. Make sure you join up on TikTok. Anybody watching back on YouTube, be sure to go on over to TikTok, sub up. Go on over to Kick, sub up. Make sure you got the notification bell set. And I will see you on the next stream. Have a great rest of your night. Peace.